So, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Don't worry, I'm not going to read this all what I have here in front of mine and what I have, okay, let's say, store in my heart around these days that I've been spending here in Belém. So it has been marvelous days, I must say. I think we can all say we learn a lot during these days, and I think that we can be happy that I hope we all will remember the date 18th of October 2021, because this was the very first time that the biostrategy in Brazil and among the few in entire Latin America was published. So you will remember that, and after 10 years time we will see more this type of movements taken away. I was visiting here in Belém also 2 months ago, and on that moment I must say good regards to Everton Vargas, Ambassador Everton Vargas. I think that he is watching us now. He said during that trip that the bioeconomy won't be the same in Brazil or Latin America after the forum. And now it's a judgment call. My judgment that it is really so that this is that steps into that direction, that we will see more these type of biostrategies in other parts of the Brazil, at least based on dialogue I have had between various stakeholders within this forum. So I think we all can be very, very proud about this result and what was achieved during these days. I would like to thank all the participants who were here present, all online participants. I apologize a bit the delay in the beginning, but that's also live. That's also live, and thanks for your patience to staying with us all these 2 days, and I think that quite many of you are still together with us. And as we are doing with the World BioEconomy Forum, there's always the mixture. There's always a mixture on the hard talk, what we are bringing in through these experts who are sharing their experience and their expectation on this bioeconomy, and with a relaxed environment. We have some good time also, like yesterday, the dinner, quite many of you were there, and we were celebrating some of the major sort of events or activities related to the bioeconomy. So thanks for all sponsors who enabled us to organize this marvelous dinner yesterday. And all in all, this is an easy access. We are still living in this partially in the virtual world that some are here with us with the online connection, but we hope that this easy access, which is also one of our notions within the forum. But getting to hard talk. I'd like to make a few points. So all in all, we started this forum by explaining that we are reshuffling this circular bioeconomy through these four pillars. Because like yesterday, we noted that there are so many notions of the bioeconomy. So does it make fair that we are trying to define very explicitly what do we mean by the bioeconomy? At least in the World BioEconomy, we are not doing that. And that's the reason we are inviting all the stakeholders to share in their views. But what we can do commonly is that we are analyzing this bioeconomy through these pillars, through these four pillars. I hope that we can have a slide there about these four pillars to reminding that what I'm talking about. And through these four pillars, it's work like if you now compare to private or public sector, that if you want to take some step on the business you are in, on the activity you are in, quite often you are having a look for the SWOT analysis. I think that most of us do know what's the SWOT analysis. This is giving you a stance that what's your position in that business or your activity environment. And we have now introduced this 4-pillar structure that we are not trying to define. It's not fair to try to define that one fit all bioeconomy, but we are trying to get the understanding on it. What does it mean? And that's the reason we have these 4 pillars, that we are having the people planet policies, what we discussed yesterday morning. We heard about then, okay, the latest developments of the biostrategy worldwide, and that was run by Dr. Christian Paterman, and we heard, for example, there are some 60 biostrategies worldwide which has been already implemented. Quite many of them are in Europe, few in North America, very few in South America, some in Asia. Africa is taking steps there also. And why it is important to have this, the biostrategy, is that, that you are getting sort of license or concept that, you license to operate. Because if you are setting the vision, but quite typically you need to have a strategy. And this is a strategy tool that, you are going to that direction. I can say I'm coming from Finland. Finland is having a biostrategy, as was told by Matti Landin from Business Finland yesterday, so it is already under review. But this is giving a sort of consent for all stakeholders that we have a joint desire to go into some direction. And it's very helpful. It's very helpful. If you now have a look from the investment point of view, if you have a look from the policy point of view, everybody is going the same direction. Whereas, I must say that, a bit similar, I take an example from the Northern Hemisphere, again, the boreal area, like Canada, a lot of forest also there, like in Finland, like in Brazil. But like in Canada, they do not have at the moment the biostrategy. And we are here in some, because that, it's not holistic, it's not balanced otherwise, so it is sort of irrelevant that, the company is going that direction, institute that direction, so that's the reason that we really need to have the strategy in place. And I'm very, very happy to coming back that, that the first biostrategy in Brazil was announced here in Belém, 18th of October 2021. Now I lost my voice. Okay, let's then carry on. Yesterday morning there was this grand opening, and I think this we witnessed also the great commitment, not only the State of the Pará, not only the State of the Pará, there were governors from all over the Amazon, and that is a good sign. That was a good sign, and we had a good talk later on together with them, and I'm expecting that there will be more announcement as the time goes past. Session 1 was about the bioeconomy, people, planet policies, and there was a good notion that regional strategies become more and more driving forces. National initiatives seems to become bigger, in particular in Europe. I think we need to recognize that as well. For example, that in Europe we are then talking about circular bioeconomy. Circular bioeconomy, it's always there. But here in Latin America, we are not talking not that much yet about the circular bioeconomy. But I think that day will come, because having looked this circularity, it is in bed, because it means that the someone's waste is becoming a feedstock to another one, and there are a lot of opportunities on that sector. There were good speakers within that panel. So this time we were very much focusing on tropical areas. No wonder, we were here in Brazil. So and I was very happy to hear in the comments from Indonesia, from Nur Rahaya, what do they do in Indonesia. So there is not that explicit big thanks goes to her to sharing what's up in Indonesia. The session 2 was about, I would say, hard facts that we are then talking what is that what makes that global leaders tick, and on the other hand, what's up with within the financial world. I did recognize that there are interest from investors to tap into these natural-based investments, and partially that it need to be then making their life easier that these investors will find a way to how to tap into this sector. And there was Anna Young from Chatham House to telling that what kind of measures they are creating to helping the investor to having a better comprehension on this sector. It's not like a mobile phone that you do know the dimensions of that gadget when you are having in your hands. But when we are talking about forest-based investment, natural-based investment, demands are getting so huge that investors are getting confused. They will receive so many advertises and they will get fed before they go for the main course. So the Chatham House is now trying to sort of simplify this process to making the sort of checklist for the investors. As a pilot, when they are taking off, you have a checklist that and then you are then focusing on the flying. So these sort of things are then cooking up, and Chatham House is not the only one who is doing that. Very interesting was also when it comes to the CEO panel. So what was new in that panel that I would claim that very first time we are hearing from the global leaders that they are prone on policies. So there was that kind of dialogue in place. So it has been, at least in the past, so that the global leaders, they are not that much interested in the policies because it has been seen as a hindering factor. Now it looks like that they do see that as an opportunity. And certainly the companies are looking after for predictability of CEO Juan Ferreira from Natura, and also very much by Christiana Clapin. Then we carried on for the day 2. There we had a bioproduct around us, and this is very important to us to make these showcases that what the companies are really doing, that to make this the value more tangible for the ordinary consumers. Because in the end of the day, they are the ones who are accounting when it comes to how the bioeconomy is then developing. And once they do have awareness of the bio-based alternatives, bio-based products, or bio-based services, that is bioeconomy. And why it is important? Why do we keep on saying this? That I would claim that this sustainability is already quite well established. Not perfectly, but quite well established. Then everybody knows the history of the sustainability. And that was the very first time introduced, let's say officially 1987 by Gro Brundtland for United Nations General Assembly. And ever since has been evolved. 2015, there was in the United Nations that update on that. Everybody knows these Sustainable Development Goals. But we have to remember that this sustainability, let's say when it was more sort of formalized and introduced, on that time, the world looked different. We were very much surrounded different challenges that we are having today. On that time, there was very much talk about acid rains. Maybe the younger ones even don't remember, but that was very serious on that time. There was about the pollution. There was about then ozone depletion. All these things were affecting, and the sustainability as a sort of movement was established to resolve these problems. And certainly it is well justified today. And we are, within the World BioEconomy Forum, we are certainly supporting this sustainability by all means. Then when it comes today, since 2000, especially 2010 and today, every day you can read out of the news about global warming. After a couple of weeks' time, there will be a big meeting in Glasgow, COP26, to find the joint measures that how we can mitigate the climate change. And now when we have a look into this toolbox, I would say so, toolbox, what is in that toolbox, there's a lot of measures, and it's very comprehended. That there's a desire to replace the fossil-based fuels and feedstocks by renewable sources, by all means. And there are measures underway everywhere in the world, in Brazil, in Finland, in EU, and then on the other hand, the other side of the narrative is that when it comes to mitigating climate change, there's a lot of effort related to the biomass, related to the forest. What's the role of the forest? We heard that presentation from FAO and from UN, 3 trillion tree program, very important program. And certainly these all measures are mitigating the climate change. But what's missing then? I think what is missing on that big picture is the circular bioeconomy. And I would like to enhance that in the very same level, in the toolbox that we are then safeguarding the planet for the next generation. And why it is important? Why it is important? It is because of the notion of the bioeconomy is that you are having the products and services based on the biosources. And whatever you use, whatever you consume, already consume, whatever they then use, the final and terminal use of that product is that it will be a waste, and then it will be burned, and again it is emitting CO2. So we need to take these kind of time perspectives into account. So would that then make sense that that right from the beginning, whatever you are choosing, your clothes or plastics, whatever, it should be bio-based, because by doing that you are also affecting that what kind of resources the mankind is then using. So in that respect, this is circular bioeconomy is a pivotal tool to mitigate the climate change. So we keep on repeating this importance of the bioproduct around us, and there is even a date reserved for the World Bioproduct Day, and that is then held every year, 7th of July. Okay, that was about this maybe this bioproduct around us, and then we carried on this 4th session and look into the future, and that was as broad as the name implies. It can be basically forever, and what we then heard there is this biodiversity was very many times mentioned in that session, and there was this continuous dialogue what we just have to have with the people, with the traditional people, with the indigenous people, and we are certainly giving the respect what they have in their mind. And this is the balancing point that whenever the biostrategies are then defined or cultivated, that these aspects are there to be then included. That is the case also, by the way, for our declaration, which you will hear a bit later on. So with these words, I would like to thank you all to come in all the way down to Belém. Hopefully you enjoyed of the stage, and I will thank also all online viewers and followers. I would like to also thank the State of Pará, Mauro, Gisela, and Ursula. You are all here, so this has been a great journey to all of us, and we made this together. I think we can be very, very proud about that. I would like to also thank our marvelous production team, promo, and all these technologies. So we had a very challenging days here, but you managed that all. And I also like to thank also our team from Finland, Anna, Nina, Tammi, who are all here, and all our moderators. Mark Ruston, who is now then somewhere here in the audience, and special thanks goes to Teresa, who has been running these sessions throughout these days. So with these words, I'd like to conclude my speech by the very same statement I said in the beginning, that US brasileiro, hopefully we can say that a bioeconomy brasileira. Thank you. Obrigado.
Ok, gostaria de chamar, muito obrigada, Yuka, pelas suas conclusões. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yuka, for your conclusions. Mauro de Almeida, the Secretary for the Environment of the State of Pará, could you please come up to the stage to deliver your final remarks?
Mauro, saúdo.
Obrigado, Teresa Presas, nossa querida.
Thank you, Teresa Presas, our dear panel coordinator, who has done a brilliant job of mediating different panels, different debates. First of all, I'd like to thank my team at SEMAS, Raul Protazzo, my Climate Change and Bioeconomy Director, Tamiri Hemergui, Camila Miranda, Bruna Brabro, Dascon, Francie, and all of those who have helped us, drivers, employees, who have helped us make this happen. As we heard yesterday, we've been organizing this event for 24 months, overcoming different challenges, and I think we've been successful in this endeavor, along with the forum's team. I'd like to thank my colleagues at the Secretariat, Ursula Vidal, Secretary for Culture, André Diaz, Secretary for Tourism, the Joint Secretary for Agriculture and Development and Fisheries, the Secretary for Social Welfare and Employment, Secretary for Financial Development, Mining and Energy, the staff cabinet, all of those who work for the State of Pará Institute, and everyone who has helped to organize this forum and to create our bioeconomy strategy. Apologies.
Para quem tem rinite alérgica, Isso aqui é resultado da máscara. Enfim.
I have
Agradecer também
an allergy, which is brought on by face masks. So I'd like to thank the governor of the state of Pará for saying yes to the challenge of holding this forum here. I would also like to thank Yuka, chairman of the World BioEconomy Forum, Teresa from the board, Mark, also a member of the board, Marcelo Brito, who presented this challenge to the governor of state and, having taken it on, helped us to make it a reality. Zé Carlos from IBA and all those who have put forward the proposal to hold this forum in Belém, which we are now doing. I think the World BioEconomy Forum has played its role very well to articulate different stakeholders, not only in civil society, but also the business community, public and private institutions, different countries, different NGOs, and government organizations as well. I think the main proof that this World BioEconomy Forum has been successful is the marketplace we've been seeing the past 3 days. People who are already in bioeconomy here in Pará. People who are part of a traditional bioeconomy, who seek different components from nature, such as manioc, cassava, cocoa, using seeds to create bracelets, necklaces. We have been able to bring everyone together, and just by welcoming them through Amazon, to get them to the biggest e-commerce website in the world. And they are already feeling, as we heard through many testimonials, they are already seeing results thanks to that interconnection. And that was precisely the objective of this World BioEconomy Forum. We also wanted to discuss and debate with all stakeholders, including the indigenous peoples. And Yuka and Teresa, I just want to say a few words about Puirtember. Do not take that criticism to this event that we heard yesterday home with you, but the way they've been welcomed and given an opportunity to say, to speak their minds. We have been insisting on the fact that bioeconomy is a way to take us back to our ancestors, traditional cultures, indigenous peoples. We have always had bioeconomy. If we now have vegan food, healthy food, that food is food from the forest, seeds, fruit, roots, the trunks of our trees. That all comes from nature. So it's all about going back to our past and our origins. So they do have a place to speak their minds and will continue to do so when we build our bioeconomy strategy. They have an active voice. They do have a right to vote, all indigenous communities and traditional peoples. I see Carla Benston from the Bioforestry and Biodiversity Development Institute. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for all your help in organizing and holding the World BioEconomy Forum. So to summarize some of the words we heard in the past couple of days. First, Mr. Abramovai, who was a moderator of the panel and touched on a few important points, such as bioeconomy must be the economy of care. a people-oriented economy, and we've been insisting on that. If bioeconomy doesn't include social justice and climate justice, as we are hearing around the world, then that won't be the kind of bioeconomy that looks after human beings. We need to focus on human beings and future generations so that we don't lose sight of our own traditions, of our own culture. I don't know if you've noticed, but we played some videos about people who were already talking about my heart deeply as a citizen and as a descendant of all these people in the state of Pará. My grandmother was a black woman from the island of Marajó. I am the result of the mixing of the Portuguese and the quilombolas. But this is a Surini shaman who uses her traditional medicine, her mysticism to come up for her populations. And she's crying out, we must transfer this traditional knowledge to new generations. Because we don't write books, we pass it down verbally from grandparents to parents to grandchildren. And as I said, going back to our ancestors moves me, touches my heart. So bioeconomy must look after human beings. The second point I'd like to raise is what Minister Isabella Teixeira said. She said, we must get used to being citizens of the planet. We're no longer citizens of the Amazon, of Belém, of Pará. We are citizens of the same planet. So we need to find the right place for this global community, which is currently discussing where the Amazon stands in this global community. And in order to do that, we must know what we want. That's why we're holding this meeting with people from all political avenues so that we can debate and decide on what we want for the world as a society from Pará in the Amazon and a society from the planet looking for a climate balance. So former Minister Joaquim Levi also talked about how important it is to know where we want to go and how we're going to get there so that we can price it. We need to create indicators. And the Secretary of Science, Technology and Planning for the state of Amazon, Tatiana Arshaw, said, we must have reliable financial indicators to know, to be able to act pragmatically. So I think we have, all in all, been able to bring together investors, the embassies from different countries, together to see the reality, the real world of the Amazon. And I hope we've been able to convey that, not only here during the plenary sessions, but through bilateral meetings and also other events that have been taking place concomitantly to the World Forum. They have all been important to integrate our community. The World Forum helped us see things through the eyes of entrepreneurs, of intellectuals, people who are thinking about the Amazon and the world. And the side events have involved society as a whole, young people like Amazonia APIA. We had the Climathon. We will also have another event today. I think it's one of the most important ones. Teachers and students from public schools from the state of Pará. We had the Amazon BioBusiness that discussed business opportunities. We had the Regional BioEconomy Forum that brought together researchers and scientists who discussed bioeconomy and the Amazon as a whole. So this event, we also had a seminar with the indigenous communities and traditional communities and Quilombo communities. So the purpose was to bring together all different representatives of society so that this could be a great meeting leading to a great conclusion. I think we have been able to do what we set out to do. I'm proud of it. I'm proud to have led the organization of this forum, but it wouldn't have been possible without the help of my colleagues, without the help of the secretaries, and without the help of the World BioEconomy Forum, and without the leadership of Governor Barbalho. I'm very happy that we did hold this forum here in Belém, and I'm very grateful to you for joining us in person or online, and for joining this collective effort led by the State of Pará to create a sustainable and feasible bioeconomy strategy. Congratulations to everyone involved in the organization of this event, and I hope in the next editions of the World BioEconomy Forum we can be even bigger. Thank you.
Muito obrigada, Mauro.
Thank you, Mauro. In the past 3 days, the city of Belém, the gateway to the Amazon, has become the world capital of bioeconomy. I just want to break with protocol for 1 second. You know, when you're trying to remember everyone, you sometimes forget people. There was somebody who couldn't make it to Belém because of a family problem, a health problem. Ambassador Everton Vargas, he's watching us. He's helped us with everything we've been doing so far. He is an irreplaceable person in the government of the state of Pará. Everton Vargas, thank you so much for everything. Yes, you were sorely missed. So, as I was saying, in the past 3 days, the city of Belém, which is the gateway to this wonderful place that is the Amazon, has become the world capital of bioeconomy. We have held a very open, rich, inclusive, and pragmatic debate that will guide our action towards building a world where these values can help us act in favor of the planet. That's what we're all doing here. At a time when this is crucial to all humankind, with all the problems that we are facing, we see a light at the end of the tunnel. We were able to hear people from different parts of the world, the reflections on the need for change when it comes to how we live on this planet. And that in the Brazilian Amazon, we are hearing also voices that come from the forest.
e de quando vou pra onde. O Indauê Tupã, o Indauê Tupã. A canoa vai de Oi, Indauê Tupã, oi, Indauê Tupã, de onde for pra onde, passei bonde cantar. Vim de quando vou pra onde, passei bonde cantar. A canoa vai de proa e de proa. A canoa vai de proa e de proa eu chego lá. O Indauê do Pan, o Indauê do Pan. Vim de quando vou pra onde, passei onde calentar. A canoa de proa e de proa eu chego lá. A canoa vai de proa e de proa eu chego lá. Bom dia. O Indauê Tupã, saudamos a todos.
Good morning. Tupan, our God, and myself greet you all. We have done everything in the forest, in the waters, in the Amazon, and this song we just sang is a greeting. And we are the people of the rivers in the Amazon. The Amazon is asking for help. Let us help the Amazon. Let us preserve what we have, because we have to leave something for our descendants, especially our water and our forest. Societies and governments are encouraged to add the potential contributions of biological economies. And this is becoming increasingly evident, and we need to improve our technology in order to produce circular products that be sustainable and which respect the knowledge of traditional peoples of the forest, their knowledge and their ancestrality in an ethical and inclusive economy. We encourage the financial world to increase their investment in this type of economy. We are improving and we are facilitating bioeconomy in order to provide solutions to the well-being of our planet. I look like Pará. I am warm as Tayubá. And I am like a Wirapuru, a bird. I am the Amazon. Yes, I have the face of Pará, the warmth of Caubá. I am like a bird that dreams. I am a lot more. I am the Amazon. This is our Pará showing what we have. Our birds.
No meio do pítio, 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 no meio do pítio. Eu, carimbó, lá no ver o piso, urubu sobrevoando, eu logo pude prever, parece que vai chover, parece que vai chover. Depois que a chuva passar, eu vou cantar carimbó pra você. No meio do pítio, 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 no meio do pítio. Urubu malandro, ele foi passear lá no Marajó. Comeu de tudo, mas vivendo uma tristeza só. Um urubu lhe perguntou: o que se passa, compadre? Tô com saudade da minha branca. Tu ver o peso da sacanagem, lá eu sou popstar. No meio da malandragem, fico bem na foto.
Na entrevista e na reportagem.
No meio do pítio,
No meio do pítio,
no meio do pítio, no meio do pítio, no meio do pítio, no meio do pítio.
Dona Ionete Gama,
No meio do
nossa
pítio.
rainha, vambora! Vambora, Dona Úrsula, arrasando no carimbó!
Dança! Mostra a alegria do povo do Pará! É a nação.
Show them the joy of the people of Pará, because we can have joy here. What do we sing now?
Dançar o meu carimbó, carimbó que remexe, mexe, carimbó da minha vovó. Ô lelê, olá, enxurei carimbó siriá, carimbó sirimbó é gostoso
Em Belém do Pará. Olê, olá, misturei carimbó siriá, carimbó sirimbó é gostoso em Belém do Pará.
Vou ensinar sim a pureza a dançar o meu carimbó, carimbó que remexe, mexe, carimbó da minha vovó. Vai dançando assim a pureza, requebrando, pode rebolar. Carimbó, sirimbó é gostoso aonde?
É gostoso
em Belém do Pará. Olê, olá, misturei carimbó siriá, carimbó sirimbó é gostoso.
É gostoso em Belém do Pará. Olê, misturei carimbó siriá, carimbó sirimbó é gostoso em Belém do Pará. Carimbó siriá, carimbó sirimbó é gostoso em Belém do Pará.
Muito obrigada. Parabéns.
Oi,
Por esse
obrigado.
fórum fabuloso. Para nós é muito importante sermos ouvidos. E vocês são os ouvidos da gente.
It's very important to us to be heard, and you are listening to us now. The Amazon is thankful. Everyone who came, everyone who preserves biodiversity, let us take care of it. Cherish our Amazon, Governor, and you can count on us.
No meio do pítio, no meio do pítio,
No meio do pítio, no meio do pítio.
no meio do pítio,
Obrigada, Úrsula.
no meio do pítio, no meio do pítio. Úrsula!
Pronto, original.
Obrigada, minha querida!
Thank you, Ursula.
Virou festa, Fafá!
É como a gente
Well, it became a party now, Fafa. They don't want us to finish. This is what we like, right?
Esse rio é minha rua. Não, vai tua, vai tua, vai tua, vai tua. Cadê Mariana? Cadê Mariana?
Bem, nós somos a terra de caboclo mesmo, né? Então existe uma caboclice aqui, existe também aquela
We
proteção.
are a land of rural people, and there is a song for that.
Veio a beirando o rio, mas ela veio a beirando o mar, mas ela veio, é a cabocla Mariana marinheira, lá da Serra do Navio. Ô Mariana, vem dançar no toque do meu tambor. Mariana, vem dançar no toque do
Come,
meu...
Mariana, come dance with me to the sound of my drum. I am from the island of Canindé. Mariana is a beautiful flower. She is the queen of the Nago nation. Protect our Amazon and our natives. We want protection. Our Lady of Nazareth, please look after our governor and our people. I thank everyone. Dona Odete started to sing when she was 70. Now she is 22 and she's still singing. It's great to think. We sing everywhere, but it's a lot better to sing here in Pará. Thank you all, and do discover our land. We hug you all, and we just want to be heard.
Precisamos de proteção,
Oh yes, we need protection here. Jesus protects us. Well, nobody wants to stop.
no meio do pichuje. E no meio da pavulagem, a gente é pavulagem, a gente tem tudo.
Esse rio é minha rua, minha e
This
tua.
river is my road. And in the moonlight, I brave the tide. This river is my road.
Eu não sou de garapé. Quem montou na cobra grande não se escanche por aqui. Rio abaixo, rio acima, minha sina cana é.
Down the river, up the river. That's my destiny. Up the river, down the river. This is my destiny in Abaete. Yes, I am not from Anigarapé. if you rode the big snake, you're not scared of igarapé.
Pois é, eu não sei de igarapé, quem nasceu com a cobra grande. Eu quero ouvir! Se escondem por aqui. Pois é, eu não sou de igarapé, quem nasceu com a cobra grande. Pois é, eu não sou de igarapé, quem montou na cobra grande, não se escanche por aqui. Pois é, eu não sou de igarapé, quem montou na cobra grande, não se escanche por aqui. Pois é, eu não sou de igarapé, quem montou... Amazônia amada, idolatrada. E o jambo treme, 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 treme. Vai, Donete! O tambor tá descendo, vai descendo, vai descendo, vai descendo e vem subindo, vem subindo, vem subindo, vem subindo. Chega até o céu da boca, a boca fica muito louca, louca, louca. Muito louca, 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 muito louca. A boca fica muito louca. O jambu. O jambu é um tempero gostoso que tempera o Pará. Onde tem tucupi, o jambu vai temperar. Onde tem tucupi, o jambu vai temperar. E aí? E o jambu treme, 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 treme. Treme, 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 treme. E o tremor vai descendo, vai descendo, vai descendo, vai descendo. E vem subindo, vem subindo, vem subindo, vem subindo, vem subindo, vem subindo. Chega até o céu da boca, a boca fica muito louca, 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 muito louca, muito louca, 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 louca. A boca fica muito louca. Com o tremor do nosso querido jambu. Só tu, Fafá. Um dia de muita luz para todos nós.